So as many of you may know, Whitney Young is facing some rough times now financially. It's having some budget cuts next year, and due to this, one of the teachers from the music department is going to get laid off. Because of his lack of seniority, Mr. Mascari is that teacher, and this will be his last year teaching orchestra. I've been in this class since 7th grade for 6 years, and he's been my favorite teacher, every single one of them. And so today I just want to say goodbye to him. Mr. Mascari is probably one of the best teachers I've ever had, and there are two main reasons for it. He helps his students out no matter when they need help, no matter what the cost is to them. He will meet them for lunch. Every year he decides, oh, these few students from my Philharmonic Orchestra or from my intermediate orchestra, they're not quite good enough for Philharmonic, but I'm going to push them up anyway and make them challenge themselves. And so he pushes up a few students that struggle immensely to fall behind every single other student without fail. And he's there for them no matter what. And he even helps them during lunch hours. They come in, they're really struggling on a piece. He will sit down with them and give them prior lessons and tutor them. He's also a great teacher because he is phenomenal at keeping us engaged. We've all been in high school before. We all know that there are some really bad teachers out there. There are some teachers that you just listen to, and no matter how much you pep talk yourself before you go into class saying, oh, this will be the day, I'm going to pay attention, I'm not going to fall asleep. Their words are like a glass of warm milk, and you leave the class drained and feeling like you need a nap. Mr. Mascari is one of the best teachers I've ever seen at keeping our attention, keeping us focused on the topic, keeping us focused on playing the pieces and concentrating on them, not zoning out. And he does that with just knowing when he needs to reel us back in with little jokes and funny stories. And every time we leave class, we're always leaving humming, and I wish the class was about 2 hours longer. And those are unusual traits to find in a teacher. But what makes them a step above the rare teachers that you do find with those traits is that all of us have very personal stories with them. For me, I have two specific events I want to share today. I have my first day in 7th grade. I was a very, very nerdy, dorky kid. I was very antisocial. And so walked down the staircase, walked into the music room, and there he was with a big umbrella and a camera and a big flash, and blinded me for about 5 seconds. He took that camera, I took that picture of every single person that walked in the door, downloaded those images and put them on a flash drive, stuck them in the computer, and projected them on the screen. And then one by one, he went through the images, and we all had to stand up and give a little presentation of ourselves, a little 5-minute blurb of who we were and what we want to do while we're in orchestra. And that was the scariest moment I've ever had up until that point. So, and then as if that wasn't enough social interaction for the day, he decided, oh yeah, you guys are going to go form groups of 4, find 4 new friends to form a group with, practice some quartet music, and then come play it for me by the end of the week. And so we did that, and that was probably, it wasn't at the time fun, but it was probably the best experience I've had in my life. It really pushed me out of my shell and got me socializing and stopped me from being a loner like I probably would be today without him. The other one that really touched me is in sophomore year, after I'd already made some friends and I knew everyone, my dad got laid off of his job. And Mr. Mascari knew how rough it was for me and how hard it would be to go meet new friends in a new school. And he offered for me to live with him for the next 2.5 years until I went to college, so that I wouldn't have to go through that again, that torturous process. And I'm not special. All of us have stories like that with him. And they might not have all gotten offered to live with him, but they've all been touched, and he's shaped how each and every one of us lives today because of that. So, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the last 15 years. And I want to say how much you will be missed in orchestra, because it will not be the same without you.